Texas TV. Straight from New York City, it's Gotham Comedy Live. Get ready to laugh with Chris Milhouse, Emily Galabi, Joe Bronzi, Monroe Martin, and this week's host, Pete Davidson.
All right. Yay, welcome to Gotham Comedy Live, everybody. Make some noise for yourselves. Yay. Wow. It is a hot crowd. I am only doing this so I could buy my girlfriend Drake tickets. And it is not easy. And I know him. That's how much I love Drake. Like, I'll buy his tickets, and then I'll be like, okay. You know, it's not like the seventh Wu-Tang guy, you know? He's Drake. It's sick. Anyway, hopefully that StubHub confirmation happens when I get off stage. I feel like that's how every StubHub problem starts. It's like I was trying to order Drake tickets. Anyway, as you can see, that's what's going on in my life right now. Way to wait last minute, Petey. So here's what's going on in my life. I noticed something I don't like recently, which is not okay to not like. I don't like people with robotic legs. I'm not done. I don't like people with robotic legs that like wear shorts. You know? Because I feel like if you put on a pair of pants, nobody would know. You know, I feel like you're wearing shorts so everybody knows. You know, so you could cut the line at Cold Stone and get your ice cream in front of everybody else. Because that's what happened to me. Tell you this much. I was next in line at Cold Stone, all of a sudden fucking RoboCop walked in. And all of a sudden he was in front of me. And I was like, I don't think this would have happened if you had pants on. Seriously, if you were a guy with robo legs, wouldn't you like want to make friends, you know, without them knowing you have a robotic leg? Wouldn't that be like a nice surprise? You know, like 3 months into the friendship, you're all drunk watching a football game, and you're like, hey, you want to see something fucking nuts? You guys like the whole time, and you're like, but dude, we were playing basketball. And you're like, if I had no arms, I wouldn't wear a vest. I'd put a hoodie on and shove pool noodles in each arm. Fucking pretend I had arms. Wait in line like everybody else. I'm getting older, which is, I just noticed, because I'm on the Propecia now. Yeah, it's a sad thing. If you don't know what Propecia is, it's the pill that stops you from balding. And it's scary when you're going bald and you're 12. It's really scary. You know, you're like, how am I going bald? I still have acne. Like, it's supposed to... I don't even get to have hair without acne? Sucks. It's like, but I feel good. I caught it when it was happening, and I beat God. Yeah, feels good. God was like, you were going bald, and I was like, go fuck yourself. Absolutely not. No way. There's a lot of people are afraid to get on Propecia because, you know, there's the whole, everybody thinks it fucks up your dick. Well, let me report. Here's what, I was very afraid, obviously. I'm a young man, you know, my dick is all I got, you know, because I have this face, you know, so, you know, it's good that I have a dick. And I asked him, I was like, I heard a lot of people that get on Propecia, like, you know, fucks up your dick, and, you know, is that true? And he's like, here's the honest truth. If you're okay with having sex one time a day, then you're fine. If you're one of these guys that needs to bang constantly, you know, 4, 5, 6 times a day, then perhaps this isn't the drug for you. And I was like, yeah, I have no problem with once a day at all. You know? I was like, if this was once a week, I would be like, oh, all right, yeah. I mean, I wish it was twice, but once, I understand. So if you're okay with fucking once a day, it's you know, it's okay to get on Propecia. So makes me look at bald people in a whole new light now. Whenever I see a bald dude, I'm like, you just can't keep your dick in your pants, kid. I watched Willy Wonka this week, just like everybody else, because, Gene Wilder died. And I have some new thoughts on that movie. Yeah. Why was Charlie's family, so poor? They were, insanely poor. This poor, and then there's whatever the fuck the Bucket family was. When I was watching it when I was 7, I didn't notice. But, now I'm like, what the fuck? They're so poor. It's almost mean. Nobody's that poor. I think at one point Charlie brings home a loaf of bread and the family's like, a banquet. I'm like, where the fuck do you live? That a loaf of bread is a banquet. Oh, we're gonna eat like kings tonight. Jesus Christ. Never seen a family so excited over a loaf of bread. And the 4 grandparents in the bed, I thought they were all sick. I thought they all had polio or something. I was 20 minutes into the movie and I was like, where's the polio scene? Where they explain how all the parents have awful polio and they're stuck in the bed and can't do anything. They don't have polio, they're just fucking lazy. Did you know that? They're just a bunch of lazy old people. My favorite scene in that movie, well, it's actually not in the movie because I wrote it. I added a scene to Willy Wonka, that's my favorite. So there's this scene where Charlie and his grandpa are talking, and Charlie's like, Grandpa, he goes, there has to be someone helping Willy Wonka. It's a big factory. I'm sure he's not alone. And the grandpa was like, oh, I'm sure there is, Charlie. But would have been awesome if Charlie was like, Grandpa, there has to be someone helping him in there. He can't be all alone. And then the grandpa was like, tiny little orange midgets, Charlie! Little orange midget slaves with green hair! That's my favorite scene in Willy Wonka. You guys tired of the Trump and Hillary talk? I know I am. It sucks because I come from a Trump family, white trash. And yeah, my whole family's Trump people, except for me. Yeah, it's almost like the stupid evolved. I'm top-notch stupid. It's weird. Why do you think people are doing it? I think half the people are voting for him because they think it's funny and they don't really know any better. And I think the other half, to quote Michael Caine from Batman, some people just want to watch the world burn. You guys ready to have an awesome show? Yeah? I can't hear you, motherfuckers. Are you ready to have an awesome show? Alrighty. Well, coming to the stage first. Nope. Keep it. Oh, there's a commercial break, and then we go back in. All right. Yeah.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Chris Millhouse is taking the stage when we return. And stick around later for more with Pete Davidson when he returns to the stage. Welcome back to Gotham Comedy Live. More great stand-up coming your way starting right now.
All right, you guys, coming to the stage next. Give it up for Chris Millhouse, everyone. Chris Millhouse.
How's everybody doing, huh? Everybody's okay? Good. A lot of you look at me like, oh my God, they're letting the comedians' agents on the stage? What? It's great to be here. I lived in LA for 8 years, and now I'm here in New York, and it's fucking amazing. New York makes me feel so pretty. I mean, unbelievable. A guy today asked me on the street if I wanted to buy drugs. I just looked at him, I go, me? I turned into an old Southern woman. I was like, well, mama, do declare. And he just looked at me and goes, never fucking mind, never. No, I love New York. New Yorkers are my favorite people. My favorite people. I love New Yorkers. New York is the best. Because there is no filter with any New Yorker at all. New Yorkers will say whatever they want, whenever they want. Like, for instance, last week, I had a New Yorker walk up to me on the street and just goes, "Hey, man, are you a Jew?" I was like, historically speaking, there's never been a right answer to that question, you know? If you're not laughing, you're a millennial. Look up World War II on Google. Come on, man. A lot of things happened. You're gonna be kind of surprised. A lot of you are looking at me like, yeah, but answer the question. Are you or not? Like, we can't tell. And the answer is no, I'm not Jewish. And I love telling people I'm not Jewish because everybody gives me the same look, like, are you sure? Are you sure your mom didn't have an affair with an attorney or something? I mean, look at you. I told the guy that stopped me in New York. I said, sorry, man, I'm not Jewish. And he looked at me and goes, oh, bro, you got a very Jewy face. And then he just walked away. I was like, what was on the other side of that question? Like, where was this going? Do I even want to know? And I never heard the word Jewy before in my life. The word Jewy sounds like a weird religious candy bar to me. Like, try new Jewy, now with bald spots. Like, no, thank you. I'm all set with that. All set with that. I love New York. I've been coming to New York since I was a little kid, and I never noticed this about New York until I moved here. I never noticed that all New Yorkers have one thing in common. One common thread that binds all New Yorkers together. Every single New Yorker loves to blame any weird things that happen, anything that goes wrong, on the city of New York. I will give you an example. I went to get a slice of pizza the other day, and this guy behind the counter goes to take my slice of pizza out of the oven, and he went to go put it on a plate. But then he realized he didn't have any plates. So he just threw the pizza on the counter. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I never ordered counter pizza in my life, okay? So that caught me a little off guard, and I didn't know what to do in that moment, but there was a guy in line next to me who looked at me and then looked at the pizza and goes, what are you gonna do? That's New York. Really? Is it? Really? Oh my. Silly me. I thought that was E. coli, but okay. And then I was in Central Park one day, and in Central Park, there was a dude sitting on a bench, and he jumped off the bench out of nowhere, took his shoe off, and goes, oh, hell no. And he threw his shoe at a duck in the pond. You can't make this up, man. I got so many questions, like, what did that duck do? Like, I don't know why anybody would do that, but there was an old lady in the park smoking next to us who just looked at me and goes, that's just New York, baby. I was like, oh, really? Good thing you said something, because I thought that was just mental illness, baby. But at least I know I got a great excuse for anything that goes wrong while I'm in New York now. And if anybody's visiting, now you guys know, you know what to say. You got that go-to phrase, right? I actually used this excuse right when I moved here. I was hooking up with this girl. One girl's laughing, all right, I don't know why, all right. Did you hear that? She was like, what? No. She's like, the Verizon guy doesn't get pussy. There's no way at all. Sorry, the Sprint guy, he switched sides, whatever. It's all right, we're in a long-distance relationship. I live here, she lives in Narnia, all right, relax. But for those skeptics out there, it was for real, and I was hooking up with this girl for real, and everything was going great, but like, you know, way better than it should have been going. And, you know, like it happens to the best of us. For lack of a better term, I happened to finish a little early, okay? So I just looked at her and I go, oh, well, that's New York, huh? I ran out of there like a gentleman does, you know, that's... And just so you guys all know, I am in a relationship, and I'm very happy. You're welcome, ladies. This is off the market for your benefit, let's face it, okay? Yeah, one girl's like really excited about that in the back. See, I'm 35 years old, man, and that's too old to be single. And here's how I know it's too old to be single. Before I got in a relationship, my friends took me to a bar, right? And they go to this bar, and there were women dancing on the bar. And I was more concerned for their safety than I was about the dancing. I was like, oh my God, where's the bouncer? They're gonna fall, they're gonna fall. My friends are like, who brought you? Why are you even here? I was like, this bar's gonna have a lawsuit. They're gonna get sued. My friends are like, are you sure you're not a Jew? I mean, come on, man. What's going on? But if you're in a relationship, be glad, man, because I'm glad I'm in a relationship because being single is terrifying, right? It's awful. You gotta have a wingman take you out, and it's the worst concept in the history of concepts at all. Worst, I've been going on the worst wingman before I got in a relationship, and by worst, I mean married. You ever go to the married person to try to help you get laid? They don't give a shit about helping you get laid. Married people are just happy to be out of the house. That is it. My married buddy once took me to a bar and just yelled across the bar, "Hey, anybody want to fuck this little guy? Who wants to fuck this little guy?" I was like, "Yeah, does anybody want to? I mean, what's going on?" And that's the story of how I met my girlfriend. Here's what I think the hardest part about being in a relationship is. I think the hardest part about being in a relationship is finding that one really terrible quality about your significant other, right? The one worst quality they have, and looking at it and going, "Yeah, I'll put up with this the rest of my life." Everybody has a terrible quality. Everybody. Some of us have more than one. That's fine. I'm included in that. Look, everyone at one point has looked at their significant other and gone, "You know what? If you chew with your mouth open one more time, I'm gonna stab you in the throat." Things like that, right? Now, here's what I think. This is my opinion. I've come to I've been, 35 years. I've come across a lot of people in general, and I think, this is my opinion, what is the worst quality anybody could have, guy or girl. I think the worst quality anyone can have is when that person is a morning person. It's true. Some people are on my side. Some people got real quiet, and that's fine. Look, if you're a morning person, let me just tell you one thing. You are the most annoying person on the face of this earth. The most annoying person. Morning people, why? Why are you so excited to be up that early? Why? What are you gonna do at 6 a.m.? High five the garbage man? What are you doing? Morning people look like Disney characters every morning. Is there anything more annoying than waking up next to a Disney character? I don't think so, man. I don't think so, because what do Disney characters love to do? They love to sing, don't they? Oh my God, that was my ex-girlfriend. She was a Disney character. She sang in my face every time I'd open my eyes. She'd be right there going, "Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. What do you want to do today?" I want to break up. I want to get some coffee and find a new girlfriend is what I want to do. That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much. I'm Chris Millhouse.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Emily Galati is taking the stage when we return. Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV.
Coming to the stage next, making her TV debut. Give it up for Emily Galati, everybody. Emily Galati.
Thank you. I get good news maybe? I don't know, I just turned 31. Thanks, yeah, 31. It's 31, it's 31 and 9 months if you're pro-life. Yeah, take your time, it's my favorite joke. I'm a Virgo in California, I'm a Capricorn in Texas, so. This is what I've been doing for fun lately. For fun, I've been going into Hobby Lobby just to pop a birth control. Yeah, really rubbing into the craft store hates birth control. It gets awkward because it is a NuvaRing. Yeah, there was like, "Ma'am, I'm not supposed to take NuvaRing daily." Huh, okay. Suddenly the birth control expert, Hobby Lobby? I don't think so. Like, you have any idea how hard it is to swallow a NuvaRing? You don't. You're a corporation, right? Swallowing and birth control, those are both female things, right? Maybe leave that to us. And if you really think about it, swallowing is birth control. So. Some people got it. A lot of people are still confused. That's okay. We'll explain for the married couples. Here we go. That second part was a blowjob joke, for sure. Holy shit. That's what that was. First part, Hobby Lobby Supreme Court case. Women's rights, whatever, right? If you're missing the blowjob joke, you're spending too much time in Hobby Lobby. That's a fact. Here's what happened, so we're all on the same page. Hobby Lobby is a Christian-owned corporation. When Obamacare came out, they said they couldn't give birth control to their employees under Obamacare because birth control was against their religion. And I went, really? Are you serious? Like, seriously? Seriously? I mean, because not getting pregnant is the only thing I pray about. Yeah. I go to church on Christmas and Easter and weeks I'm late. That's it. Yeah. They're like, you take the pill, you're going to hell. Well, that sounds way better than watching Frozen 2,000 times. I will take hell. Why can't your kid watch Shawshank? Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna vote for Hillary. Gonna do it. Gonna vote for a woman. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna put a woman in the White House. Try chicks out for a while. Why? Because everyone experiments in electoral college. Some people tell this awful joke, like, can't put a woman in the White House. We're gonna go to war just because she's on her period. Ooh. It's an awful joke, but probably the most legit reason this country's gone to war in decades. Right? Yeah. At least periods are real, so. I am a feminist. I know that's something you're all used to hearing men say. She'd say it a lot. I don't know how to be a feminist, though. I don't really know what I'm doing. Someone shouted at me once, like, you should burn your bra. And I was like, please. I barely wash mine. I'm not going to do that. We make less than men. I don't know how to fix that at all. I've just started using that to my advantage. So anytime anyone's like, Emily, you owe me $100, I just go, here's 60. Society says we're even, so. Peace out. I don't pay on dates. I don't know if that's feminist or anti-feminist. I never pay when I go on dates because I figure I paid for the makeup. Yeah, gentlemen, it's important to remember we are always a face wash away from friendship. Turns out men and women can be friends when they both look like men. Yeah. I went to work without makeup once. I got a raise. I do support Planned Parenthood. Support Planned Parenthood. That's probably the one thing I do that's real feminist. I'm with them like 110%. I know Republicans are like, we gotta shut it down. We gotta end Planned Parenthood. Really? It's still growing and showing signs of life. What? They were the ones who made corporations people, so I'm just following their rules. I said that joke on stage at a show in Chicago, and afterwards a guy came up to me and handed me a hanger. Yep, it's offensive. It's like super offensive. It's like more offensive than those of you with your arms crossed wondering where this joke's gonna go. It's ridiculously offensive. Until I tell you it was a wooden hanger, because then it's just confusing. I was like, you're gonna have to draw a vagina so I know where you think a wooden hanger fits, all right? What am I supposed to do with a wooden hanger? Beat the stork when it comes? Here's the worst part about it, you guys. He was the bouncer at the bar. And I was like, sir, oh, you're supposed to be an expert at getting people out. I got pissed. I threw the hanger down the hallway. I was in his face. I was like, what the hell is your problem? I can't believe anyone would actually do that. And he goes, whoa, ma'am. You need to calm down right now. You're being too emotional. What are you, on your period or something? Oh my God. Then I wouldn't need the hanger. What's wrong with you? All right, before I say this last part, I want to remind you, you've laughed at this subject, so you can't be hypocrites. Republicans, what they want to do, they want to outlaw abortion because they can't do that. They pass a bunch of crazy laws making it more difficult for women to get them. They put up a bunch of roadblocks. I don't think they've thought that through. Because let's get real, if you make it so I have to drive 6 hours to find a Planned Parenthood like I'd have to in Texas, and when I get there I go, hey, I'd like an abortion. And they go, okay. But legally you have to go back home and think about it for 72 hours. So I drive home, drive back. When I get back, I'm then also forced to get a transvaginal ultrasound, listen to a heartbeat, sit through a lecture about adoption, read a pamphlet that includes medically inaccurate information, go through mental health screening, and then generally get talked down to about a procedure I asked to be had done 3 days ago? Yeah, I'm gonna wanna fucking kill someone. All right? All right, that's it for me. You guys, thank you so much.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Joe Bronte is taking the stage when we return. Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV. Welcome back to Gotham Comedy Live. More great stand-up coming your way starting right now.
Hooray! Wow. How are you guys? You guys great? Yeah? You guys having a fun time? Great. Me as well. I wanted to tell you guys another thing I noticed, that I'm getting a little older. Like, now I like eating pussy. I didn't like it. I never used to like it. No, when I was 18, I was always afraid. I was like, ugh. Now I'm like, yeah. It's my favorite joke. It's so simple and dumb. Been hanging out with my grandpa a lot because he's getting old and he's gonna die soon. So, you know, I wanna not feel guilty when he dies. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, you know, I could have hung out with him. You know, I'm doing it. You know. Kind of can't wait for him to die, so I don't have to fucking hang out with him anymore and listen to the same stories over and over again and stare at New Balance sneakers all day. Am I right? Grandparents with their New Balance? Come on! My grandpa's fucking, he's so old. The other day, he came up to me and he was like, I have to go shopping. I was like, all right, I can take you shopping, that's great. I was like, what do you need? He goes, I need hats. I was like, hats? He's like, yeah, for the back seat windshield of my car. So my grandpa's one of those people now. I think that's what happens when you get old. I think you just run out of things to do, and you know, you can't come anymore, and like, you know, you've seen every movie, and you know the block up and down, and then you just look at your car in the back windshield, and you're like, needs hats. All right, you guys ready for some more show? All right, well, coming to the stage next is a favorite in AC and Las Vegas. Give it up for Joe Bronte, everyone. Joe Bronte.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Guys, congratulate me. Tonight is the anniversary of my divorce. Oh, brutal divorce, brutal. Custody battle. I just wanted to see my kid. She just wanted me to die. When it was at its worst, a friend of mine saved my life. She said, look, you're becoming a dark person. You used to be positive and upbeat. You're in crisis. Go home tonight, do something positive and creative. Positive and creative. True story, Gotham. I did it. Changed my life. I went home that night. I wrote a children's book. I did. I wrote a children's book. It's called Your Mother's a Whore. It's going to be a bestseller, I think. They won't let me use the pictures I sent. But I met my girlfriend, I met my soulmate, love of my life. We moved in together, because why settle for happy? We first moved in together, it was hot. She bought me a copy of the Kama Sutra, illustrated book of all the shit we're never gonna do. I was looking through it. It wasn't the naked that turned me on, it was the animal names for every position. I'm like, honey, look, pouncing puma. I'll be pouncing or puma, I don't give a shit, come on. I was in love. I thought we were going to tour the whole zoo. Now we've been living together over a year. Fucking zoo's closed. Most of the time I got to take myself to the petting zoo. I'm not embarrassed. Sometimes I paint my nails, shave my forearm, change it up. One time I shaved one leg so when I was done I could cuddle myself. Do what you have to do. She's younger than I am, divorce cliche, right? She's younger than I am. It's not a problem. They're gonna let me take her to the prom. That's the correct reaction to that joke. I did that 6 weeks ago in Arkansas. Someone yelled out, "Good for you!" Time to head back up north now. It's a little weird, the age difference. Like, certain things are different for us. Weird things, like discipline. She was one of the first kids got time out. When I was growing up, time out meant we had unexpected company in the middle of a beating. I'll get you later, fucking time out. We were taught to sneeze differently. I was taught cover your sneeze, then you wash your hands, and whatever you do, that's it. She was taught sneeze in your elbow. You know that? Still running around, little fuckers running around like Dracula, sneeze in your elbow. She's always yelling at me, sneeze in your elbow. I forgot. One time she caught me in the middle of a sneeze, which is not a teachable moment. I'm like, She's like, sneeze in your elbow. I got confused and punched myself in the face. And she holds her sneezes in. You know people like that? Don't let her sneeze out. That's bad for her. One of these times she's gonna sneeze and her ovaries come up like earrings. And she only sneezes in threes. Nobody warned me about this pyrotechnic epileptic display. I found out on our first date. We're in New York City, going between dinner and a Broadway show. Beautiful night, beautiful brunette. I'm digging it. I turn to her to say something nice. Out of nowhere, my date Did you just step on a live wire? Who is tasing you? I went to Florida recently to meet her mother. Her mother's a vegan. You know vegan? That's not vegetarian. Vegan, you can't even cook while a chicken is watching. They don't fuck around. She welcomed me into her home. I never had vegan food. Welcomed me with a vegan feast, entrees and appetizers and desserts. I'm meeting her for the first time. I ate everything. For 2.5 hours, I ate vegan food. Then I went and sat on the couch and went, oh my God, am I hungry? 14 plates, 12 calories. What the fuck just happened here? And I got in trouble, too. I got in trouble. She said, what do you drink in your tea? I don't drink tea. I tried to bluff. I'm like, oh, honey. Vegans don't believe in honey. They think the bees should unionize. I don't know. She got all upset. She's like, they use smoke to calm the bees down. Did you know they use smoke to calm the bees down? I said, I did the same shit in college. Then my girlfriend thought it would be a wonderful idea for us as a couple to get a puppy for me to take care of. I like dogs, but think about this. Sooner or later, she's gonna have to walk it by herself on the streets of New York City at night. I want a Rottweiler, I want a Doberman, I want a wolf, I want a dragon. Let's get a fucking dragon. You know what I mean? Like so Daenerys can ride in on it. I want a fucking dragon. She says, no, I want an apartment dog. I never heard that phrase. Apparently in Manhattan, an apartment dog is any animal that makes this sound. Hey! Over and fucking over. No animal was hurt in the making of that joke. We compromised. We got a Shih Tzu, which is a cross between a large dog and a fucking mouse. They call him a Shih Tzu because he weighs 4 pounds, he eats 8, and he gives back 12. Somebody bothers my girlfriend, the most I can hope for is they slip in Shih Tzu and knock themselves out. She tells me, who's gonna know? If we get a small dog, who's gonna know? Right before she opens the fucking Instagram account. Oh yeah, New York Norm. New York Norm. Fucking more followers than me. Brutal. I was asked on a radio station, because I talk about relationships, do you have any good relationship advice? There's no such thing. Married people, remember this advice? Remember this? Don't go to sleep angry. Sure, fuck it, stay up 6 weeks. They make cocaine, stay up. And they'll tell you you have to communicate, but what they don't tell you is you can't. Because men and women define everything differently. Like, she came to me, my girlfriend said, we're gonna go on a diet, food combining, will you do it? I said, yes, I wanna have sex, sure. She said, and every week we get to cheat day. We get a cheat. And she's thinking she's a woman, we're gonna have pizza, we're gonna have ice cream. I'm a man, I'm thinking, maybe a black chick. Ladies, I'll give you another example. This is not your fault. How could you be expected to know this? But when you say, we'll have sex later, we fucking think you will. We have no idea you mean in this presidential administration. That's why we're in the shower that night, shaving our balls. Tonight's gonna be a good night. And we'll fall for it our whole fucking lives. We'll be 90 years old. Tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be... Whose penis is this? Thank you so much, guys. Good night.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Monroe Martin is taking the stage when we return. Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV.
All right, you guys ready for your last comic? That was pretty terrible. You guys ready for your last comic? Coming to the stage, he's a really good friend of mine. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Give it up for Monroe Martin, everybody. Monroe Martin!
Yay. Applaud to buy time so I can think of some clever shit to say. I don't know. Getting older, 30. I like being 30. I feel grown. You know, I did a lot of shit to make it to 30. Made a lot of mistakes that I bounced back from. Had a pregnancy scare last year. You ever had a pregnancy scare? No? You ain't a man yet. You ain't. You're not a man. This is my second pregnancy scares. I don't even call them pregnancy scares anymore. I call them benchmarks. That's when you take the time to rebuild and focus and figure out what the fuck you need to do to be a better person. I had my first pregnancy scare at 17. Yeah, I just learned how to use that dick and I was already fucking up. Already. What age did you lose your virginity at? You, sir. You forgot? It was a while ago. Who the fuck? Man, I've been smashing so much. I don't even remember the first time. Damn, man, I think I was like 10. 17 years old, pregnancy scare. That's like crashing a car during your driving exam. She's like, I just pulled out and I'm already sideswiping cars. There's no instructor. There should be an instructor when two teens are about to have sex, right? Some dude by the bed with a clipboard, like, hey, before you stick it in, what do? Check your blind spots. So go over your shoulder. The embarrassing thing was, I was a peer educator at the time for Planned Parenthood, so I should have known better. Right? I should have known better. But I'm a shitty teen. I was a shitty teen. I lied during the interview just like the rest of you guys do. It's just I lied to get a job that I actually had responsibilities at. When you're at McDonald's, you lie, I'm a people person. No, the fuck you're not. I'm punctual. No, you're not. I said all the right shit to get that job. I didn't know anything about sex. I would just Google image STD, print out whatever the fuck came out, and I spoke with conviction. I'm like, these are the various diseases that you can contract if you do not protect yourself. Right? I'm a big black man. Speaking in my deep voice, wrap it up. Wrap that shit up. One kid pointed out my mistake. He was like, that's pink eye. So, pussy spits back, put on goggles, all right? Protect yourself at all times. Then I had a pregnancy scare last year, right before I turned 30, all right? Scary shit. I didn't even get it face-to-face. I didn't get to deal with the face-to-face shit, right? She didn't want to see the look on my face when she goes, it's over, nigga. It's over. I feel like if you're single, that's how a pregnancy scare sounds. It's like that looming voice, oh, it's over. hope you got some money saved up. I got it via text that said, hey, just thought you should know I'm 4 months pregnant. One, that's really fucking pregnant. That's not like a, hey, I missed my period, be on the lookout. No, 4 months is like, I hope you've been putting money in those Jordan boxes. You may get a roommate too. But I didn't panic. I didn't fucking panic. I kept my cool. Because that's what you do. As a man, you're supposed to stay calm under every situation, no matter the pressure. And I wanted to throw my phone, but I don't pay T-Mobile extra $7 a month for insurance. Fuck that. I'm careful. I thought I was, but that's what I said to the guy when he was like, hey, do you want to get your phone insured? I was like, who the fuck, what? I don't protect nothing. I'm careful. I responded to the text like any one of you would. I said, who the fuck is this? Good luck. I hope you find who you're looking for, though. Not ready to be a father yet. Just not yet. I'm waiting until technology improves. I am. Like, follow me, right? All right, I got an Apple Watch on. Bullshit. Love it, though. Does absolutely nothing. It just allows me to see who I can ignore more efficiently. I'm not answering that. That's it. That's all it does. So I know if I wait long enough, technology will start to improve where we can actually, it'll be like life-changing again. Like they create an ultrasound that would tell you the sex and the future of that baby. That'll be awesome, right? You know what you're getting before you bring it into this world. Like just a little receipt, just a little Cliff Notes. That's it, nothing, not a full bio, just a little like, hey, these are the bullet points of what you're bringing into this world. Like, I knew I wouldn't be here if that existed. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I have confidence. I'm like, oh, I'm funny. Yeah, but that's not the kid you keep. You don't keep him because he's funny. Pull him out at parties. Like, look at this little shit. Look what he can do. He's funny. Is he going to be a doctor? No, but he's funny. He's not going to be able to help out and give back in any means at all. But for now, he's very entertaining. So I know I wouldn't be here if that machine existed. It was like, Miss Martin, your son is going to be 6'5", 250 pounds, athletic build, and a comedian. What do you want to do? Kill it now. Are you fucking serious? I don't want no big-ass clown. I want courtside seats. Some people are like, don't say that about kids. Everybody's always sensitive about children. Kids are the future. Yeah, but some of them are pieces of shit. We see them all the fucking time. You see a little shitty kid on the train. You wanna fucking donate money to my back? No, you don't play basketball. You fat. I know you don't play no sports. Stop lying to me. They're dancing, fucking almost kicking you in your face. Then around my way, kids are super annoying because they don't respect adults. Or at least me, because I don't look like one. Like I always get a kid, like they'll look at me and they're like, fuck you looking at? I had a kid call me a pussy. I took offense. I'm like, you can't call me a pussy, I pay taxes. All right, I'm the reason you're getting a free lunch right now. But this is a little dark, but I always get a little happy, a little smile whenever I see like a missing kid poster around my way. Just a little, not a lot, not like, yeah, but like, ha ha. See, karma, you should've, right? It just me. But if I can bring y'all at ease just a little bit, it's the kids around my way, you wouldn't go looking for these kids. Like you would if you seen their picture, you would be like, somebody should find them. Like no, because it's never a picture of a kid that makes you care. It's never a picture of a kid who's doing his homework, like he's studying. Like, come find me. I'm changing the world one book at a time. So never that shit. It's always a picture of a kid who just robbed the corner store. He got his middle finger to the camera. It's like, fuck y'all. Have you seen Jamal? No, not at all. And I'm not looking for him either. Kids are materialistic, right? They're judgmental, they're fucking mean, and they don't even have shit, but they make you feel bad if you have something outdated. If you don't have the newest Jordans on, they make you feel like a piece of shit. You don't have the latest iPhone, newest video games, they make you feel like a mutant. I used to tutor kids. I left work every day feeling bad about myself. Every fucking day. So imagine what they'll do to a pedophile. Hey, little kid, come get my van. Play my puppy. Ew, nigga, you still got a van? See y'all later, y'all been on.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Pete Davidson is taking the stage when we return. Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV.
How about, right? Right, you guys? Wow. What a show. What a show, you guys. We really did it. We really did it. This just happened. The Drake tickets got confirmed, so. Yep. I beat God again. I have to do some time now because that's part of the job. I'm supposed to do some time now. So I hope everybody will be voting for Hillary Clinton. Right? Yeah. I'm not afraid to say that because it's like 80% will clap. In New York, yeah. Not down south. But here, always works. Can't really close on a Hillary joke in like Texas. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for coming out. Please welcome all the comics back to the stage. Chris Millhouse. Or wait, everybody come back up. Everybody come up. You have a Chris Millhouse, Emily Galati, Joe Bronzi, Monroe Martin. I'm Pete Davidson, I guess. Thank you for coming out.